Alright guys, today we got a brand new stage in the DB Saga edition of Red Zone, which is stage 8 Great Ape Kid Goku. Now usually I don't do these before I upload the actual attempt and completion video. However, I have used up all 6 of my attempts and I haven't actually managed to beat this stage. And that hasn't happened to me in a while. And based off my first impressions, because it's the first time I'm seeing these numbers, this Great Ape Kid Goku fight seemed pretty difficult, and we finally had a stage that didn't have dodge notification while actually offering us a challenge. So to me, that either says one or two things. Well, actually, can say both. Number one, dodge units, their value, even though it was already high, has gone right back up. It's gone up even more. But also, maybe we finally have another option other than the fights we already have, where dodge units can excel, unlike Blue Goku, where it's cancelled immediately, or Jiren, where it's cancelled in the end, which if you're a stacker or strong enough, doesn't really pose a threat. Either that, or we're leaving the dodge cancelling meta entirely. Either way, I don't mind, because now we have, from what I'm seeing now at first glance, another new stage where we can test units out against a difficult enemy, one phase, quite clearly hard hitting, AoEs, and also dodge units are able to thrive here. Or as I said, we're coming away from the dodge cancelling meta entirely. Potentially, who knows? We'll see what other difficult content comes along down the line. But I haven't managed to beat it. So I have actually gone into this blind as always, but you'll be seeing that video probably tomorrow. And I started the video blind. Now I'm going to have prior knowledge going into it when we finish it of what this guy is doing numbers wise and what he's doing fully as an enemy. So starting with the HP, we've got 250 mil, quite a lot of HP, but not Blue Goku's of level where it's absolutely absurd, where you have billions of HP and just in there for an absolute slugfest. So I don't mind that too much. I did notice that while I was attacking him, we were doing solid damage, but it wasn't like his HP was plummeting. So I do like that a lot. I said it's not a short fight, you know, we're not getting extreme levels of short like Fusion Zamasu, but then we're also, as I said, not in slugfest like Blue Goku, especially for a one-phase fight. So I don't mind that. I'm actually quite happy about that. He's doing 1 million on normal, which can be quite dangerous to a lot of units that do require build-up. Unless, of course, you do have some dodge in your back pocket. So I'm not going to lie. Tech UI, AGL UI, Tech Kale and Caulifla. Funny enough, don't forget, Great Ape Kid Goku is branded still a pure Saiyan unit. So Tech Caulifla here actually is really good. So I've noticed a lot of the time he will super attack in slot 1. Tech Caulifla has guaranteed dodge against this man, or this ape. That's literally what he is. So she actually has huge value in this fight. So you have her next to Tech Kale and Caulifla, build up their dodge. You could probably cook with that rotation. I'm not going to lie to you. That could work out really well. Again, AGL UI, first turn, guaranteed dodge with type advantage. They're going to thrive here. 1.1 milli defense, 69% damage reduction. On super attack, I did notice he had an attack buff. I didn't realize it was by this much. 100% attack raise. Massively raise attack for one turn, cause close damage to the enemy. Now it makes sense why his super attacks hit so hard. I watched, and I know he's not really a slot 1 unit, but usually they can kind of get by early on, but this is a one-phase fight. I watched turn 1 or turn 2, but it was the first appearance for AGL Vegeta, the Gogeta unit from 10th anniversary. Take 1.2 million on a super attack in slot 1. Granted, my rotation had no slot 1 unit capability, but watching him take 1.2 with type advantage, it still hurt my soul a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. And this really does explain why. He's hitting for a heavy 3 milli super attack. And not only is he hitting for a 3 milli super attack, he's getting that 100% attack raise on super attack as well. Now that is some beefy damage, especially because again, this is only one phase. And you are starting out in the hardest part of it. In the deep end, no floaties, no armbands, wristbands to keep you afloat. No one carrying you. You are in the deep end. The most difficult part of this fight as soon as you start. So it all makes sense. That 100% attack raise, the 3 million super. Great Ape Kid Goku is hitting hard. So now whenever I'm testing units, I've now got options, especially when it comes to dodge units, you know, for the units that don't dodge or dodge units that have capabilities, even without their dodge being cancelled, we can take them in against Blue Goku. Stackers that then have dodge cancellation you know, apply later on against like Jiren, we could take them in against them. They could work there. And units that don't have dodge at all. But then also, we now have a place where dodge units can really pop off. And we can use dodge or die units to dodge this 3 milli super attack that's 100% attack raise, because they are definitely back in an event like this. So it's a 15.38% chance, which actually does make sense. But again, a lot of the time I did notice he was a super attacking in slot 1. And there was one run where he didn't super attack me whatsoever, which I think you'll end up seeing in the video. So it's consistent, but there may be a time where you do get lucky and there's no super attack at all. Which, I'm not going to lie, you want to pray for that. He only has one super attack, good. Because I feel like if he had more, especially with a 100% attack raise starting on 3 mil, I don't know what unit could survive. Maybe TN, and that's kind of about it. Or dodge unit. Cooldown of 9. He does have an AoE. Again, I don't think this is like Fusion Zamasu levels of dangerous, but it can catch some units. It won't get you killed and it won't leave you with like 1 HP. However, it can catch you for a little bit of damage, which will end up adding up depending on who's on the rotation. You know, I've seen top tier units take 20k, 50k, some a little bit more, but you know, more about, I know that's not too much damage, but again, it does add up when their AoEs are consistent. And the first AoE does a mil, which again, early on can catch a lot of units just like the normal. The second one does 500k, which is a lot better to deal with. But then think about it this way, and I've seen this quite a few times because he does super attack in slot 1, is he super attacks you, get the 100% attack raise, this normal increases a ton, and this AoE increases a ton. So those units that are taking noteworthy damage, even though it's not crazy amounts, 20, 50k, will then go up even more because Great Ape Kid Goku is super attacked and got the 100% attack raise. So those AoEs, even this 500k second one, which again you'd rather take because it's half the damage, will do some significant damage to certain enemies because of that 100% attack raise that Great Ape Kid Goku can get on super attack and then buff his attack for the remainder of the turn. So those AoEs, they have a little bit of impact behind them, I'm not gonna lie. And of course, the game tells you all of these. You can't seal, you can't stun, you can't disable defense or lower defense. However, you can lower his attack, which I thought was quite nice. I thought was quite refreshing. And it kind of does make sense when you've got all these possible outcomes of taking damage on an AoE, a standard normal, this much on a super attack, and all of that on an attack raise on super. So the fact you can lower his attack is actually quite helpful, especially after he does super attack and get the 100% attack raise he gets. And then he has -3k on enemies, which I'm not going to lie, right? Rocking a 10th anniversary team, I didn't think would be too much of an issue. No, it can actually catch you quite a lot. So while we don't have ridiculous amounts of key we're losing, that 3 key, it can catch you a bit. It can leave things a bit techie from what I've noticed. But then again, maybe for those of you who have Tao, TN, Easy A Yamcha, which will come out in literally a couple days, maybe them guys might thrive. With all the amount of sheer stats they have, and then you have the likes of Yamcha who can do everything for the hidden potential system, they might thrive against someone like Great Ape Kid Goku. He also does randomly change orbs, which I'm not going to lie, sometimes obviously can help you, sometimes obviously will go against you. It's just the way that's going to work. But then coupled with this, so combine that with the fact you're already losing 3 key, which by itself I don't think is too much of an issue. Combine that with the orb changing. If you get a bad orb placement after he changes all the orbs, along with 3 key, I had a few occasions where I'm hitting 18 key super attacks with none of my LRs. I had a couple of occasions where I'm relying on additionals because I didn't even get 12 key for a super attack. That combined can really catch you out. And then he also reduces damage below a certain amount to 0, which is another reason why I'm really glad this isn't like billions worth of HP, especially for a one-phase fight. But from what I can tell, from the type of damage I was doing where his health was left, I think the furthest turn I may have got to was like turn 4 or 5, 6 at a push. I can't remember. So we're not looking at an extremely short fight. We're not back into realms of Fusion Zamasu. It has a similar kind of foundation of AoE, quite hard hitting early on as soon as you start. But we're kind of used to that by now in Dokkan. But we're not dipping out of this fight probably at turn 7 at a push. Turn 6 ideally. So it's going to be a little bit on the longer side, which I'm fine with, especially with all the stacking easy A's we've got. And also, dodge units, they have a home again. They have a place where you don't have to worry about dodge cancelling. And I'm not going to lie, good, because it seems like they are going to be very key in beating this fight if you don't get good RNG. Even though dodge is based on full RNG. But you know what I mean? Dodge units here will thrive. As I said, Tech Caulifla has guaranteed dodge against Great Ape Goku. Then you can use Easy A Tech Kale and Caulifla. And then a UI Goku. Especially with that guaranteed dodge on the first turn. Which is probably a team build I'm going to try the next set of attempts I get tomorrow. I even saw Beast Gohan. I know it was his first initial attack he took, which is fair. But I even saw Beast Gohan take about 756k, something like that, on a super attack in slot 1. And it was his first appearance. Which is wild. So it does kind of look like we may be moving out of the dodge cancelling meta, which I don't mind. It would be nice to have dodge units kind of back in full force. But just having another option, another place where we can use units where dodge cancelling isn't a thing, I'm actually quite happy with. This fight was quite fun. Even though I haven't managed to beat it and it does seem quite of a challenge, I'm quite happy with it. And we get to use dodge or die units again. Who doesn't love the thrill of using a dodge or die unit? But let me know down in the comments what you think. Are you happy with the stage? Do you like it? Do you not? Are you quite happy now that there's no dodge cancelling in a fight like this? Are you struggling like I am? Or did you manage to do it in one attempt? Let me know down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a great day. And peace.